About 3 months ago, I released Cataclysm Restored. Cataclysm Restored was a complete fork of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, intended to bring the game back to an earlier state without removing the quality of life improvements. And while I had been working on the game over those 3 months, there was some things that have happened that have completely changed the trajectory of where we're going here. Instead of doing a complete fork, I have switched Cataclysm Restored to just being a series of mods. That does limit the ability of things I can do, but there's good reason for it. One is making a complete fork is a lot more complicated than I thought. I sort of thought that everything could be done in Notepad because most of the stuff that you do with modding is done in the Notepad and is actually not that hard. But it turns out there's a lot of stuff that has to be compiled and you have to understand how compiling works, and I don't. So that's one reason we're getting rid of the fork. And the other reason is this. So, I'm not going to play the whole thing because I don't want to get copyright matched or anything. But there's another YouTuber who makes Cataclysm content that's much larger than me, almost 100k subs, Worm Girl. She has made her own fork that's basically doing the exact same thing. And they're not copying. They were working on this before I started mine, but they hadn't announced it before I announced mine. Like, I didn't announce mine until I was 2 months ago instead of 3 months ago. But their changelog is way more substantial. You can read it for yourself if you like. But yeah, it's basically a lot of the same stuff that I was trying to do, and way, way more. More importantly, it seems like they actually know how to compile the game. So, those two reasons combined, I feel it's better to just make Cataclysm Restored a set of mods. There's no real need for us to both be competing to make the same thing, or it'd just be a waste of time. By turning in my thing into mods, it's like you're not having to install an entire fork anymore. Now you just have some mods that you download in a zip file. So if you go to my GitHub, it's over here in releases. Actually, there's multiple options you could do. You could go to submods, and here I have all the smaller aspects of the game that I've been working on. So you have Acid Rain, No Portals, and Old Content Restored are the main three things. I believe there's some other features that are not in the submod folders because it'd be hard to kind of like package it. So for that, we just get the full package and just do this. Click on Cataclysm Restored full.zip, and we'll just extract all. I'm just going to show you the process of installing a mod. It's very simple. If you've installed a mod before, you know what to do basically. And let's just do this as if you have the Steam version. So let's just cut this folder real quick. Toss that aside. Let's open up Steam. Steam version of the Cataclysm. Controversies aside. Browse local files. Installation folder for Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. We go to Data. Mods. Oh, actually, I think I've done this slightly wrong, but that's okay. There's Cataclysm Restored. I think we need to go one more step in. Cut that out. Paste that in here. It's a very small thing, but I think the folder just overrided itself, which is fine. That worked. Yeah, now Cataclysm Restored is in the mod files. So back to Steam. Let's open up Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. I'm going... Oops. Let's just delete this world real quick. New game, custom character. I'm just going to kind of speed run through this, but we need to get to our mod manager here. And, oh, there's a in-game music on the Steam version, so that's going to be a little loud. Let's crank down that desktop audio, even though it's still loud for me. I'll live with it. Probably help me talk louder anyway. There's Cataclysm Restored right here. Core content pack. Bam. Let's see, let's view our full description with V. Shows you everything that's there. Yes, I even have a... That's the other thing I updated. Is I updated the Undead People tile set to have a full set of body pillows. Let's finish the world gen. All right, here's our new Oh boy. The Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead Point H character creation that doesn't have any stats or anything. I believe Wormy's The Last Generation mode has gone back to points and everything, which was also the intent that I was going to do with mine. And then, yeah, there's no point in picking a scenario because who needs points? You can just do as much as you want with no consequences, and it should just be called freeform instead of survivor. It doesn't really make sense. I'm not going to really pick any traits or anything because all we need to do is get into the game. All right. So let's make sure our mods are working. All right, to turn debug mode on, you have to turn these options on. So save changes, yes. P, debug mode on. L, spawning. Let's spawn a monster. Don't care that disables achievements. What's the name? Chicken Walker? Chicken Walker. I think I did just turn friendly mode on, which is good. We don't want this thing to blow me up instantly here. Fine. Chicken Walker. Hey, it worked. So that means our mods are working. Chicken Walker's here. There's, of course, lots of other things that I put into the game. I don't feel like tracking down undead people right now and getting it all installed and everything. It's just going to take too long. But I will pause the recording and turn on Acid Rain. Actually, let's not pause it so you guys can know how to do this yourself. So let's do manage browsable files. I believe it is in game balance. Here it is, internal weather. Eternal weather, I should say, not internal weather. We should be able to put in, it's not going to be listed here because this isn't my fork. It should just be acid_rain. We can double check that. This is nerd stuff. They don't necessarily need to know. We're just going to make sure that it's correct for demonstration purposes. The acid rain I put down at the bottom here. Yeah, acid_rain should be correct. Just make sure that's saved. There it is. Acid rain. Is it green in this tile set? It looks a little decroded. That's probably green. I made it specifically green in undead people, but it seems to be green in this one too. So there you go. Cataclysm Restored is fully working as mods. Next thing I need to do is I need to make it so that these mods are compatible with Wormy's The Last Generation. Apparently they reworked acid to work differently. Actually, I wonder if it'll like stack on the tiles. Probably not, because I didn't do anything to make it do that. But we're not in we're not in Wormy's version. We're in the basic Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead here, so it wouldn't happen anyway. But yeah, I need to make sure my mods are compatible with The Last Generation. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed and have a good day.